Hey, Sean here from SpeedCubeView.com. This is a Fisher Cube. It's a mod made popular by Tony Fisher. The way it works is it's just like a 3x3, however, it's been cut at a 45-degree angle and then extended back out. So, as you can see, that's still the center, but these are the edges, and these are the corners. It's pretty straightforward. That's like a 3x3. However, the corners are now 2 colors instead of 3, and the edges are now 3 colors instead of 2, plus your centers can be misoriented. So what we're going to do is go through a solve, how to solve the Fisher Cube, and how to deal with those pesky center misorientations. So let's get into it. What I like to do is start with white on bottom. When I'm solving a 3x3, I might start white or yellow or green or any other method, but I'll start white on bottom. Now also, I like to do a beginner method for solving. Instead of doing CFOP or RU, I'll just do a regular old beginner layer by layer solve. So here we go. Just like a 3x3, you will put the white on bottom. And it's actually really nice to tell what edges go where, because if I put one edge on bottom, I know that this edge here has to be white and blue. And luckily that was a really easy solve right there. So green and red, this one has to go here. Now I'm going to put down the final edge, however, it's not entirely necessary, or we don't want to do it just yet because our centers are misoriented. I'm going to fix that before solving the final edge. So I'll just move one random edge out. And what I'll do is take that empty space and orient the edges. So for example, here I need blue and red. Perfect. Here's going to be red and green. That one's good. This needs to be green and orange, and then this one needs to be orange and blue. Now that I've got that, let's finish with this final edge piece. And here takes a little bit of thinking. You can't just put that down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it up and then take that center, do a 180-degree turn, line it up, and then bring it down. So solve everything except for one edge, orient the centers, and then the final center, flip it 180 degrees, line it up, put it back down. Okay, and here we're now going to put in the corners. And yes, these are the corners of the 3x3. Luckily that one's already solved. Blue I could put right here. Green, let's put that down. And orange. Now I'm putting these down just with 3 moves. So if you don't know how to do that as efficiently, what you can do, just put the corner you need to put down there. And I'm going to keep calling this a corner just so we don't get confused by it. If I start calling it an edge, that's going to start getting weird. To put that corner down, we could do that what is commonly called sexy move in cubing, RU, R prime, U prime, and do that 1, 3, or 5 times. And 3 times did it. Now, this middle edge came in here perfectly. What do we do about these other ones? Well, here's blue. What's nice with this is we can insert it either way. So meaning there's no, at the moment, correct way to put it in, or that we can tell. So I'll set it up like this, and how I would do with beginner method is do a, oh, actually, let's do it like this. We'll do it on the front right side. That's what most people end up doing. So we'll put it here. We'll do U, R, U prime, R prime, and then U prime, F prime, U, F. And we can do that for all the edges. So this green one needs to go here, U prime, R, sorry, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F. And this last one, again, we put it on this right side. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U. Whoop, almost there. Come on. There we go, and F. So, you can have an incorrect flipped edge and not realize it. You'll find it out when you get to the last layer. I do not, because this is a typical OLL. You always have an even amount of flipped edges, 0, 2, or 4. So what if you do? Well, I'm going to flip an edge right now and show what that looks like. So we have only one flipped edge here. So we have an odd number. People may call this an odd parity. In a way, that's correct. However, it's not along with how we often use the word parity. You just have a flipped edge and it's not able to see. So what do? There's a couple ways of taking care of this, but what I like to do is an algorithm. Now I'm not going to do the algorithm here because it's actually going to mess up a center. So we just take that edge out. So we can go, let's say it's this front right. We can take any of these edges and we'll just take this out by doing R, U prime, R prime, then do a Y rotation. And we're going to reinsert it now here. U, L prime, U2, L, U2, and we have that pair now made, L prime, U, L. So basically you take it out, repair it back up after doing a rotation. There's a ton of different ways of flipping an edge. That's just a simple way. And to show that 2 more times, so we'll flip it and flip it again. You take the pair out, R, U prime, R prime, do a Y rotation, U, L prime, U2, L, U2, and then reinsert. From here, you could do full OLL if you know that. If not, here's that J case. So a lot of us will do F, reverse of sexy move, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime. Then an OLL, this is the one with the, not headlights. So whatever algorithm you do for that, I'll have a link to my algorithms in the description. Then here we look for headlights. Well, that's quite a bit more difficult because these are the corners and which way the corners facing. So from here, what I like to do is do the edges first. And so I'll put 1 or 2 edges and figure out which ones can fit. So I've got an edge here and an edge here, which of these ones are wrong. Or you can set it up like this. We have an edge here and those ones are wrong. So here you would just do a U permutation, and I'm going to have this edge go to here, this one to here, and this one to here. So now this U permutation is going to mess up the centers, and you'll see what happens here. And you can see that center's messed up. Now, luckily the corners were already solved, but I just like to do the edges first, and then for corners, I'll do an A permutation. So something like this. Then I'll do more wrist movements with something like a Fisher cube just so they don't get misaligned. And I'll do the other version of the A permutation that'll turn them the other way. Swap them like this. Okay, let's talk about the 2 center twisting algorithms. One of them is super easy. Some people do T perm twice, but I like something a little bit different. This will turn a center 180 degrees. We don't need to do that here, but let's just do it anyways for fun. We're going to put this on top and do R, U, R prime, U 5 times. R, U, R prime, U, 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 R, U, R prime, U. There we go. That flipped 180 degrees. Didn't solve it, but that's what that does. So if you have something that is flipped like that, that'll do it. For something that's flipped 90 degrees, you will never on a 3x3 have one center turned 90 degrees. What's nice with the Fisher cubes is the top and bottom, if you have white and yellow, can be any orientation. So what we're going to do is turn this 90 degrees counterclockwise and this one 90 degrees clockwise. What I do is I hold the first center in front of me, the next center on the left, and I'll do M prime, U prime, since I need to turn that counterclockwise, M. And then E to move that in front. M prime, the opposite way, U, M, E prime. You have to make sure that one is 90 degrees one way, one is 90 degrees the other way. If let's say you have two different centers, both turned 90 degrees clockwise the same direction, you can't fix both in the same way with that algorithm. So those are the ways you can solve a Fisher cube. It's a fun cube to solve, a little bit different, looks really messed up, but have some fun with it. The last layer tends to confuse me the most when I was getting into it, but it's really just a nice, enjoyable solve. And if you like speed solving, something you can try in the future as well. Thank you very much for watching. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Hit like, subscribe for more content like this in the future. And as always, stop by speedcubeview.com for more news and reviews.